It's time for our Master Board update with Master Board Treasurer Derry Burkle and Master Board President Bob Walter.
Welcome to the October update from the board. I'm Bob Walter, President of the Master Board. With me today is our Treasurer, Gary Burkle. We're going to be giving you some information about some of the activities and accomplishments that the board has been involved in this past month. One of the biggest ones has to do with we just reopened and redid the Sandwedge Bar and Grill. We had a grand opening event on 9/11, September 11th. It was in conjunction with not only the 9/11 itself, the event, but also Monday Night Football. So at 4 o'clock, 4 to 9, every Monday night, Sandwedge is going to be open. At our grand opening, we had over 100 people in there. Of course, it only seats 79, so we had a little overflow going into the restaurant. But it was a great event. And the hours are going to be for the Sandwedge during the week, from Tuesday to Friday. It's going to be 8 to 11, serving breakfast. On the weekends, on Saturday, it's going to be from 7 a.m. to 9, and then Sunday, 8 to 9. That way we can have people coming to watch the games and participate in many activities. They could rent it out, use it for their clubs or groups, and we can also address the regular Sandwedge business of breakfast. So I think it's a great opportunity to increase our revenue stream in that particular area. Another thing we did was we completed shade structures on the bocce courts, 6 of them. And we have 3 courts on each end. There's a new shade cover been put up, and I know that people really enjoy that. It's going to be a lot more comfortable in the summertime, or when it's quite warm in the afternoons. Trying to do bocce, which is one of our most popular sports here. And the good thing about this, the cost was only $29,000, and it came from the Capital Improvement Fund. Didn't come from the reserve and replacement. Didn't come from operational. Capital Improvement Funds have no impact upon our HOAs or our dues here. So that was another good thing. We also started a weekly free shuttle to Morongo. They have a 24-passenger bus. They come pick us up at 12 o'clock and then return at 4 every Monday. We started that on September 18th. The first week was full bus. The next week, about a half a bus. The third week is about a third of the bus. So as time goes on, if we don't have a lot of participation, we may change it to just once a month. So we'll see. Right now, it's still every Monday. And the reason we chose Monday is that our restaurant is closed Monday, so it's not going to hurt our business here. And some people like to go to the casino, and here it's free, it's convenient. You don't have to worry about parking or gas or anything else. So we'll see how that evolves. But it may end up being just once a month rather than once a week. The most important thing that we've been involved in is our Reserve Repair Replenishment Initiative. There are going to be ballots that will be coming out in November, and they're going to be returned on December the 7th and counted on December the 7th, the Day of Infamy. So it'll be a day of infamy for Sun Lakes too, because it's really important that we get this passed, because it's going to increase our revenue stream annually at least $400,000 to $500,000. Doesn't cost us, the existing homeowners, anything. So it's really a win-win, because we have the benefit of the revenue coming in. We don't have to pay for it. It will help stabilize our HOA fees. We don't have significant increases, and it'll also, since all of it goes into the reserve and repair fund. It's used only for that, so we can continue to maintain and enhance the common areas of our community. Now, this has been successfully implemented in other communities, at least a half a dozen that I'm aware of. And in each of those communities, the people were very appreciative that they have it. There's been no adverse impact upon the sales. The sales have been very brisk. It actually helps because it maintains a good level on the HOA, and it improves the overall community. An example is, I think it's Sun City Palm Desert. They have this for a few years, and they have netted revenue $5 million, over $5 million that they can use to enhance their community. And since this is an annual thing, it won't be long. We'll have another $4 or $5 million that we can use for our community to make sure that the streets are done when we need to. Make sure that the dehumidifier comes in when it's needed instead of deferred. Make sure everything is copacetic and working on the golf course. But it's just not for the golf course; it's for the entire community. So it's really an important thing. So when it comes out, please consider voting for it, because the threshold for passing is 75%. It's not 75% of the people vote, it's 75 of the voters here. So we need to really get out the vote so we can get this passed. Another thing that we did is that in lieu of the listening sessions, we started something new, and we started it on October the 9th from 8 to 9, a 1-hour session in the library, and it's called Coffee with the Board. Now, we don't have the whole board there, as we're not allowed to, but we have 2 members will come every month and sit and have a friendly chat over issues and goals and your future vision of what you would like Sun Lakes to be like. It's not a complaint session. If you have a specific complaint, we have a form there called Message to Management that we have you fill out and submit, and it will be followed up, but it won't be dealt with at that specific event. But we had a great turnout, and people really enjoyed it, so we're looking forward to this event in the future. And now Gary's going to explain some other events, especially the important one, which is our annual budget.
Yeah, the board and First Service have had many meetings, and we're working towards a final budget, or hoping, and I guess we're planning on presenting the final budget to the board or to the community at the open meeting on October 25th. The board and First Service have focused on the different departments to try to make sure that we understand what the costs associated with the different departments will be. If we particularly focused on the restaurant, the First Service has been asked and has provided a business plan for the restaurant. They're looking carefully at critical costs, such as obviously food cost, alcohol cost, and the cost of labor. So we've refined the budget multiple times, and the other important area that we had discussions about and have agreed to include in the budget is a $3 amount to help fund our operating fund, which has been somewhat tight, but this additional amount will increase the amount in our operating fund.
And that's included in the $19 increase, though.
Right. That is included in the $19 increase. Other things that are going on: the following delegates and alternate delegates have been recommended by the district delegate chair and have been appointed. Fran Hanratty is a delegate for District 7. Christian Gonzalez, delegate for District 8. Rich Morales, an alternate delegate for District 7. And Debbie Pritchard has been appointed alternate delegate for District 16. Some projects that the board has been working on and are in progress are we're replastering the North Clubhouse pool and spa, and they also approved, and the project is getting started, resurfacing the South Clubhouse deck and replastering the pool and spa. The board approved a request from District 21 delegate Cal Martin to utilize the bocce ball parking lot for a cornhole toss event. That'll happen either in late October or early November.
Yeah.
I wanted to mention a couple of events that are coming up in November. Greek Night, a very popular event, so you should get your tickets early. It's going to be on November 4th in the main clubhouse, starting at 5 o'clock. A nice dinner with Greek cuisine, and there'll be dancing. You can get your tickets at the restaurant hostess desk. The tickets are $34.95 plus tax and gratuities. There will be a craft fair held in the main ballroom from 9 to 1 on November 3rd and 4th. So that's a good time to start your Christmas shopping and get some gifts for your family and friends that are made by your Sun Lakes neighbors. This is a great time of the year to get out and try golf. Brian, our golf pro, is offering several ways for you to get started playing golf if you're a new golfer or if you just want to tune up your game. There's events like Pass Putters, which is a putting event that takes place on championship 18-hole putting course. And there's also clinics that you can take advantage of. And there's a program called Get Golf Ready that can get you out on the golf course quick.
Yeah, our community has many clubs, a lot of involvement. You can get involved as much as you want or as little as you want. But as Gary has mentioned, there's a lot of great activities coming up. The Greek Night always sells out. Thomas does an awesome job with that, being Greek himself. And so if you're interested, get your tickets right away. The other activities that he had mentioned are very popular, and I would say participate, especially the golf. I mean, we have 2 golf courses here. When I first moved here 20 years ago, I didn't golf at all, and I said, well, I'm not going to golf. It's not a real sport. As time went on, I found out it is a real sport. It's difficult, and it's a lot of fun. I mean, we have 2 golf courses. Why not try it out? Always take a lesson first. I made the mistake of not, thinking, well, I was a baseball player, I can do it. Well, baseball swing doesn't really work that well on the golf course. A couple other things I just wanted to mention, and that is, on the budget, we had some budget directives, came up, from the board, and there's 13 of them attached, and we'll be announcing them at the open session on the 25th, but the very first one says keep assessments as realistic as possible and focus on a cost-benefit analysis on all future projects. And that's important, and that's what this board is doing. We're trying to keep them low but realistic, so we can afford everything that needs to be. And also, any projects we assess and review on a cost-benefit analysis. How much is the cost? How much is it going to benefit? And this is what this board has been attempting to do. Another thing, there had been some complaints about the percentages on the reserve having a significant drop. Now, they did drop. They dropped from 65.5% to 64.8%. So it's less than 1%. 0.7% was the drop. So we're in good shape. And the reserves, we had a visit and where they analyze and they assess all the components that we have in our community and their useful life and when they need to be replaced, and then the board reviews what they come up with, and then we go ahead and follow up on it. But it's not mandated. Just because they say, well, this is going to wear out in 2 years and it's due now, it's not required that we do that, because sometimes it's not worn out. And it can be maintained or deferred for a longer period of time. And this board has been very judicious and very careful in assessing that and making sure we're not wasting any money. We're doing what needs to be done for the betterment of the entire community. And I I want to thank Gary for being on the board with us. It's great having a CPA. He's an outstanding CPA with a great track record, and it's good having someone like that with his expertise and ability to help guide us and make proper decisions. So thank you, Gary. And then lastly, I forgot we're supposed to make an announcement, and that is we want to thank the people on the decorating committee. Notice that when you come in the clubhouse, the tables back there, and they have all the decorations for the holidays and Halloween, and they also decorated our pumpkins here today. So thank you, committee, and thank everybody for all that you do. See you next month.
Thanks.
Yep.